Assalamualaikum, I am Erina SOFFIA. Our group consists of 3 members. We would like to present about the company that we have chosen, which is Malaysia Airline System Berhad, known as MAS. The organizational structure of Malaysia Airline System is bureaucratic structure, also known as functional organization. The corporation is organized in a pyramidal form with the board of directors at the top and the chain of command passing via various departments and employees. Malaysia Airline System has a tall organizational structure which indicates there are many layers of hierarchy, indicating that all employees have the same rank and authority. Malaysia Airline System is Malaysia's national airline and the best way to fly to, from and around the country, carrying up to 40,000 passengers daily on exciting experiences inspired by the country's vast wealth. However, the loss-making national airline MAS was expected to maintain its financial and operational growth momentum in 2020 as the pandemic triggered an unprecedented global lockdown, compelling all airlines in the country to suspend operations and ground nearly all of their fleet beginning in March. Malaysia Airline System was chosen as a company to study because during the COVID-19 pandemic, it is the airline industry that has the most significant and widespread influence. Besides, Malaysia Airline System is the top 2 airlines in Malaysia after AirAsia. Finally, the issues the Malaysia Airline System is facing are quite huge, as it involves 3 parties that include economists, government and their fierce competitor, which is AirAsia. The organizational development issues faced by MAS that have been identified is mergers, acquisitions and restructuring plan. The COVID-19 pandemic has led many companies to shut operations. Then the affected companies went on mergers and acquisition hunts. The year 2020 saw mergers and acquisitions issues taking place in an effort to maintain company sustainability and expand business operations of Malaysia Airlines Berhad. As for restructuring plan, this issue has been raised because the government and economists have seen MAS been struggling to maintain their profitability since the COVID-19 pandemic started. They had used their time to re-evaluate their plans and their decision was to restructure. SOBI, a Singapore-based independent analyst and consultant, claims that these changes will improve connectivity and reduce reliance on markets suffering from overcapacity while increasing the focus on city pairs that are less competitive or are supported by partners. Next, I will pass to SYAFIQ.
Hi, my name is AZIMI. So I will present. Wait, where are my lights? Somebody, please turn on. Hello, Mama. Hi, my name is AZIMI. So I will present about how do Malaysia Airlines overcome their issues. Due to the pandemic strikes, all the economic sectors around the world have been restricted, including tourism travel, that caused the airline industry to be also affected. The airline industry was allowed to operate its cargo industry for their trading activities. However, our country's airline companies also been affected due to the pandemic, and the most affected airlines company is Malaysia Airlines Berhad, which has faced a financial crisis since 2014 after their shareholders Khazanah Sdn Berhad withdraw from being their investors. This has caused the financial crisis had reached its limits. Therefore, due to this matter and to save Malaysia Airlines from vanishing in the airline industry, many experts suggest that the Malaysia Airlines should merge with another local airlines company that has a stable financial that also affected by the pandemic. The airline's name was the AirAsia, and which owns by Tan Sri Tony Fernandez, and AirAsia also one of the most successful airline companies that received many awards from Skytrax, and their flight was famous due to the cheap rate. Many suggest Malaysia Airlines merge merge with AirAsia for a short-term period, and this was fully supported by the economist expert Carmelo Ferlito, who says that it will save Malaysia Airlines and the MAG in the future for a short term. Of course, there will be a race on merging these two giants, but to save Malaysia Airlines, it must be done. The agreement has not been reached yet between these two giants, but both of the airlines have met. Malaysia Airlines still waiting for the khazanah to inject new capital into the firm to save the airline, but the injection of $80 million will be made by next year.
My name is SITI NURSYAZANA binti ANUAR. I am from KBA 2435A. In this part, I would like to explain briefly about the effectiveness and benefit of this intervention. Despite the fact that Malaysia Airlines system still has to decide whether or not to implement this initiative, many third parties feel that the companies will be beneficial. According to Free Malaysia Today News, an economist claims that when two firms are in the same area of business, combining or reducing operational expenses by integrating and simplifying support activities will make perfect sense. While the change of business model, although Malaysia Airlines system still has not made their decision, we agreed as it will restructure its business model. In the post-pandemic industry environment, the airline strategy changes and restructuring measures will enhance its chances. In addition, the company's debt will be significantly reduced and it will recapitalize. It can also improve accessibility and reduce reliance on overcapacity markets with this new long-term business model. That's all from me. Next, we can move to the next presenter.
To sum it up, the decision of implementation intervention of Malaysia Airlines during this pandemic is quite difficult, especially the intervention of mergers and acquisition, as MAS does not give any financial decision. We have learned that we should take into account such as the advantages, disadvantages of both intervention when considering whether it does bring positive or negative outcome to the company.